Can you take a joke way too far? Let's talk about it on today's episode of Dear John. Hey, what's up everybody? Tony with Lido Loca here with another episode of Dear John. Dear John, where we scour the Facebook page of Carnival brand ambassador John Heald for some crazy cruising stories. This week is an interesting story indeed. It probably extends beyond cruising, but it involves a pair of twins and a comedian and a joke. And the question, can the joke go too far? Dear John, my sister and I cruised on the Triumph. We're not prudes. But we did not expect that the comedian would upset us both so much that we walked out. She noticed that we were twins and she said to the audience, "Do you realize one of you was unplanned?" We received no apology after the complaint, and to this day we've heard nothing from Carnival if the lady had been fired from her job, which is what we both feel she deserves. This was not an adults only show. The comedian should at least be reprimanded for this offense. Dear John. All right, so this Dear John's got me a little sideways. I am a huge fan of stand-up comedy. I do believe that comedians are the lens that looks at society and calls BS where BS needs to be called. Do they take it right up to the line? Absolutely. Sometimes do they go over the line? Absolutely. But do we know that about stand-up comedy? I say absolutely. I really want to know what you guys think. When you go see stand-up comedy, whether it's the PG show or the R show on a cruise ship, hopefully you know that there is potential to be offended. I've sat through comedy shows that I didn't think were funny, where the material was a little not what I was into, but that's the job. I mean, sometimes it's going to land, sometimes it's not going to land. And sometimes you work the crowd, and I guess when you work the crowd, you run the risk of offending somebody. But so the first question is, do you know that about stand-up comedy? Hopefully you know that there's potential to be offended. That's the nature of stand-up comedy. Comedy's changed so much, like 10 years ago, 20 years ago, littered with material that would be considered offensive today. It's a constant evolution. And then the second one is, why are we trying to get everybody fired? You got offended at the show. I've been offended, but I don't think I've been offended to the point where I want to see somebody, people have been rude to me before. I've been offended, but I don't think I'm ready to take away somebody's livelihood. I don't understand what this rush to be justified, be vindicated. You got to fire somebody, or I got to get my pound of flesh because you made a joke at my expense. I don't know, like cruising is kind of an adult thing, and I feel like you got to put on your big boy pants or your big girl pants and accept it. But I don't know, I could be out of line. I might be the exception to the rule. I would love to continue the conversation. Leave a comment below. Are you offended by stand-up comedy? Do you know it's possible that you could be offended by stand-up comedy? And anytime somebody does something to you, are you ready to cut off their livelihood? What do you think about this? I don't know how John Heald does it because this makes me a little crazy. Anyways, if you like this video, hit the like button. If you're new to Lido Loca, hit the subscribe button with the notification bell on. And come find us on social media at Lido Loca. We're everywhere. Again, my name's Tony, and until the next time, we'll see you on the Lido. Bye.